Good. All right. So let me see. What do we have in here? Do we have any 4th graders in here? Okay, so if I ask who's the 4th grade, I want you to make yourselves known with some words. Say me. Who's the 4th grade in here? All right, nice class. Where are my 5th graders at? All right, so the 4th graders were great instructions. Let's try this again. So if I say, where are you at? Say me, or say here. Whatever you just make some noise. Let me just hear some noise from my 5th graders. Wow. All right, can I get some love for my 6th graders? Yeah. Let me give the 5th graders one more chance to make some noise. Can you please make some noise for the 5th graders? Thank you all for that. My name is Caliph. I am a lawyer, a motivational speaker, an entrepreneur. I'm from Sacramento, California, and I'm here to share some things with you about my life. Who wants to know about me? Yes, you don't have to be excited about that, because you don't know me. I did. It's fine. It's fine. So, I'll tell you what. I don't want to just talk to you today. I don't want to just speak at you today. I want to have a conversation. Is that okay with all of you? So can I ask you for a couple things before I get started? Sure. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to ask you for 3 things. How many things? 3 things. The first is your attention. That means when I talk, you? All right, good job. The second is your engagement. That means when you listen, you're thinking, and you're really focused on me, and you're taking in what I'm actually saying, right? Because I'm going to talk about some real stuff today. Who's living a real life right now? Who's got some real things going on? You know, it's like math, science, and then real life, right? You with me, right? So we all have some of that going on. We all have something going on, so I'm going to be talking about some things, and I want you to take some time to really think about the words that I'm saying, because I'm not just saying them for no reason. I'm saying them because they matter, and I'm saying them because words matter. So that's, first of all, your attention, your engagement, and the last one is your participation. Everybody say participation. Let's quiz you on this one. That means if I raise your hand, if I ask a question, you raise your hand. Awesome. So, if I say, repeat after me, you. Repeat after you. Good job. Give yourselves a round of applause. Doing great already. So today I'm really here to share some things about my life, but you know what's interesting about my life? Is that my life is just like yours. I was born, I went through school, I had experiences, and I came out the other side. But what I want you to understand today is that you have a lot more control over your life as 4th, 5th, and 6th graders than you might not know. And that the impact of what you do right now in your life is going to last a very long time. Who wants to have a great life? Say me. Me! Yeah. Most of us apparently want to have a good life. And it's important that we do and that we pursue that. And so what I'm going to be doing today is sharing some things about my life that are great, and also sharing some things that aren't so great. Because there are things in life that aren't so great, right? Does anybody have some not so great experiences in their life? Yeah. It's unfortunate, but it's a part of the human condition. And so, the first thing I want to do, since you've been so great already, is I want to ask you some questions. Is there anybody ready to answer some questions? Yeah. Okay, cool. I saw the 6th graders were silent on that one. Any 6th graders ready to answer some questions? Yeah. Okay, good. You're pretty much in unison back there, I see it. All right, so the first question is, why are you here? If there's somebody who can answer this gentleman threw his hand all the way up, he's got all the answers. What's your name? Kavish? Nice. I feel like that sounds kind of like my name, that's why I like it. But Kavish, why are you here?
Because there's an assembly.
Because there's an assembly. Everybody get up for Kavish. He's a smart kid. Right. Oh. Okay, so this is as far as I can go, so you gotta come to me right here with the wristband, yeah? Yes, you. Come on. You're gonna have to stand. Public speaking is happening today. What's your name? Un? Okay, why are you here?
Because we were born.
Give it up for Un! When you were Young man, what's your name?
Jackson.
Jackson. Everybody give it for Jackson in advance. It's a great name. Jackson. Listen, I need you to come through for me right now, okay? I need a great answer right now, okay? I know you hear me saying this, but you know. Okay. Jackson, why are you here?
Because you're here.
Jackson, you really showed up for that one. You did. Everybody give it up for Jackson. Jackson, you might be a warrior one day, you know? You're smart. So, all those answers are correct, right? You were born because there's an assembly, because I'm here. But I'm talking about something bigger than that, okay? So, I want you all to repeat after me when we practice this. Everybody say, I have a purpose. Yeah, so you're here, not just in school or in this assembly or in Milpitas, but you're on earth because you have something special to give. Every single person, every single creature, everything that's born or created in this world has a use. And that extends to all of you too. So what that means is that your life matters a lot. But not just to you and your family and your friends, but to all of us. See, it's kind of like nature. Does anybody here like nature? Nature teaches us a lot of lessons. And so one of the lessons that nature teaches us is that everything has a place. So, do we all know what trees are? We all know what trees are. I'm not just asking, just making sure you never know. Okay, can somebody tell me what trees do? What do trees make? Okay, right here. And honestly, it's because it's suspended. Okay, come on. What's your name? Maya. All right, everybody get it for Maya. All right, Maya. $1 million question. What do trees do?
Give us air.
Give us air. Yes, that's right. Get it from Maya. Good job. So trees give us oxygen. So without the trees, we literally couldn't breathe, right? So that's a really important purpose that a tree plays. And it's just a tree. It's just outside. It's just standing there. But because of it, we can all exist. So who can tell me what bees do? What do bees do? In the back with the Raiders beanie on. Come on up. Yeah, you had an aggressive hand raise. I've never seen one quite that fast. That was good. That was Raider hand raise. All right, what's your name? Say it.
Mia.
Mia. Everybody give it up for Mia. It takes courage to come up here and speak. That's why we're celebrating in advance. Mia. Now another question. What do bees do?
Give us honey.
Give us honey. Where do they get the honey from? And when they're getting honey from the flowers, what are they doing with the flowers? Pollinate. All right, you said Mia, right? All right, Mia. Everybody give it for Mia. Great job. So, when we look at nature, we see everything has a place. Trees give us oxygen. Bees pollinate plants. And those plants give us food, right? They give us fruit, they give us vegetables, they give everything that we need. And in that is a great lesson. That there's nothing you can see that doesn't have a purpose. The beautiful thing about all of you is that your purpose is far more unique than that of a bee or that of a tree. It can be whatever you want it to be. And you can start right now believing that there's something valuable about your life. There's something special about you. Everybody say, I'm special. You are. It's not just your parents who believe that. We know it. We're all here to support you in that and finding something bigger than yourselves. The 6th graders especially. 6th graders, let me hear some noise from you in the back. Yeah. 6th graders especially. You're right there before junior high. You're starting to move towards your ultimate destiny so fast now. So it's important to know that what you're doing, 4th, 5th, and 6th, your lives really matter. So everybody say, I have a purpose. Now, the next question, I think I'm just going to volunteer Jackson for this one. Why am I here? Jackson, you got an answer? Okay, well, wait, hold on. Somebody I haven't heard from. Wow, yes, I guess you. Yeah. What's your name?
Teach us why we have a purpose.
Yes, that's a good answer. What's your name?
Alexis.
Okay. Everybody get up for Alexis. Teach you that you have a purpose. Start with your hand already raised. Come on up here. Whichever direction. Why am I here? Why am I here?
Because you're a lawyer.
Yeah, I mean, that's like pretty true. What's your name?
Elijah.
Everybody get up for Elijah. We can take one more just because right here. Why am I here?
I'm here because I'm so confused.
Yes, you're here so I can. What's your name?
Damien.
Damien. Everybody get up for Damien. You know, I like asking these questions so I can decide the answer. So you're all correct. But let me give you one. Let's take one more. Why am I here? What's your name? Yeah, so that we can learn. What's your name? Neil. Everybody get up for Neil. It's smiling so hard to just hand it. I just had to get there. So I'm here for that, but really what I'm here for is because all of you are my purpose. I'm here to help you to live the life that I'm living now is a happy, fulfilled, great life, and hopefully avoid the challenges that I had when I was younger, when I was your age. See, when your school brings in somebody to speak to you, they're always one of two types of people. I'm going to say two types. Thank you, even though I didn't get that out clearly. Two types of people. There are people who are warnings, and there are people who are examples. So warnings are those people who they bring in and they say, look at this guy. Look at how he acts and what he's done and where he ended up. Don't be like him, right? Then they say, look at this nice lady over here. She's done all these great things. Let's just check me and these nice ladies over here. They've done all these great things. They're really accomplished. Be like them, right? That's an example. And I have the privilege of being both a warning and an example. Because is it Eli? As Eli said, I'm a lawyer. Who thinks that being a lawyer makes you successful? A little bit. Good, yeah. But also, I had to overcome a lot of challenges to get there. And so I'm here to show you that despite the challenges that you might face, that there's hope for you to be very successful, but also to help you avoid some of those challenges that are inherent in being a child. Those challenges that are naturally going to occur because of the development that you're going through, growing up and going through school. So that's why I'm here, to share that story with you. And who am I? Oh, someone can answer to this? Okay, purple shirt, who am I? I'm a therapist. No, I wish I was actually. I help a lot more people. So this is like literally a question only I can answer, but I appreciate all the hands. So let me just answer it. I'll take it from here, okay? So like I said, my name's Caliph, and I grew up in Sacramento, and I have an older brother and a couple older siblings. So this is me, my beautiful mom, my brother, and this is me. Was that cute? Yeah. All right, thanks. I still have to check. And so I grew up in Sacramento, so this is my backyard, and my family was from Nevada. I know, I like this picture, right? And my family was from Nevada, and so we went to visit them a lot in this little town called Hawthorne, Nevada. Anybody been here, been to Nevada before? Been to Reno? Why didn't you stay? You didn't like it? Oh. San Jose is a little bit better, huh? So my dad worked in the Capitol. Does everybody know what the state Capitol is? Right? Where laws are made and that kind of stuff. So as a kid, I got to spend a lot of time around very important people. This is just a picture of me hanging out at my dad's desk. I started picking my own clothes at one point. I guess it's just important for me to share because I thought this outfit was vain. What'd you say? I look happy? Somebody knows what sarcasm is already here. So, I just like this picture because of the flat top. That's what I like about it. Then I went to high school, and in high school I thought I was going to be a doctor. So this is me at the National Youth Leadership Forum on Medicine. And interestingly enough, here we were all supposed to be doctors. She's a doctor. Let me hear from the ladies. I mean, that's like, okay. Ladies, make some noise. Appreciate that. I say that because she's the one who followed through. Doctor, lawyer. Me and him both gave up. But we did this program in high school because I thought I wanted to be a doctor, so I was already engaged in doing things that would help to further my career. But I ended up going to college at UC Davis, and I was able to run for student government. Do you have student government here? Yeah? Student council? Yeah. So when I got here, it's really interesting interesting. I didn't have a lot of good friends, a lot of talent, a lot of confidence in high school, and I'll tell you about that next. But what's interesting is when I got to college, I found that I had two gifts. One was for communication, and the other was for connection. So here, people asked me, because I was always making friends and talking to people, they said, do you want to run for student government? And the thing is, I didn't really feel worthy of being anybody because of my upbringing. But when they asked me that, I really found a talent, a knack for something. I finally started to feel a little valuable. So this is one of the biggest days of my life here, where I actually got elected to the student senate. And what's interesting about getting elected to Senate is that if you win an election, you get a little bit of confidence. Because that means that if you're like me, you don't feel like a lot of people like you, then 1,000 people vote for you, you're like, I did it. I made them like me. That's awesome. I love that feeling. So I kept going. And I went from being the student body senator to student body president at UC Davis. Anybody here heard of UC Davis? Yeah, so I was student body president at UC Davis. And when I became president, I thought to myself that if I can do this, I can do anything. And so in my mind, I said, you know what? I want to be the president of the United States. And this was before Barack Obama. So I thought I was going to be the first black president. I won't be. It's okay. He was great. But that's what I was thinking when I was going to college. And so from there, I went to work in the California State Assembly, the California State Senate, Washington, D.C., and I went to law school at UCLA. And this is me graduating from law school, which was one of the best days of my life. And I did this all because I had, again, a dream that I could be something great in the world. And so I kept moving on up, moving on up. And after this, I took what's called the bar exam. You know what the bar exam is? Yeah. Okay, awesome. A few people. There's a qualifying exam to become a lawyer. It's like a 40% pass rate. I was able to pass it the first time. And then at 30 years old, I started a lobbying firm. So I went from that little picture of me inside the Capitol to this one where I was working. Interesting. See, when I was in the picture inside the Capitol, my dad worked there. But by this time, he worked outside the Capitol making policy, and so did I. So I became a lobbyist. And does anybody know what a lobbyist is? Yes. You know what? I thought that too, honestly. When my dad said he was going to be a lobbyist, I was like, dude, what is that? Like, that's a downgrade from working in the Capitol. But no, a lobbyist, you know what they call them lobbyists? Because the Capitol has like hearing rooms. So there's room for the lawmakers. You know what senators are, Senate members, Congress people, that kind of thing? Okay, great. So they're inside the room. There's a lobby outside the room. And the lobby is where people like me wait to try and influence them. So when there's some big bill or something happening in the Capitol that people want to weigh in on, your city, your county, sometimes even your school will come in and say, we want it to go this way, and that's what a lobbyist does. So when I was at that point, I was able to start this business, and ultimately that was a really great time for me. So that's my example story. I was able to move up all through these different stages, become a lawyer, ultimately start my own business. So now moving on to you. I have a question for all of you. Another question. Yes, in the sweatshirt. You already, yeah, you are. I mean, you've read the question, right? So you know what it is. All right, come on up. So the first question I'm going to ask you all, turning it back on you, is what is character? So what's your name, buddy? Mohammed? Okay, awesome. Mohammed, what's character?
Character is being yourself and doing what you want to do and being what you are, basically.
Awesome. Yes, give it up for Mohammed. That was a great answer. So somebody else tell me what character is. I think that was good. Yeah, it's right here. What's character? Yeah. What's your name? Shayla. Okay, what's character?
Being yourself, like he said, basically, and not like expressing who you are, like not following other people, being who you are, like yourself.
Awesome. So I think the best part of that was expressing who you are. Good job. That's Shayla. Shayla, everybody get up for Shayla? Then one more. Are you a sixth grader?
Yes.
Holla. We hear from the sixth graders. Okay, what is character?
A character is someone who, like, I will be myself, and that if someone tells you who you really are, don't listen by what they say, go by what you think you are.
Awesome. Yes, give it. What's your name? Everybody give it for April. Everybody had correct answers. All of those answers were correct. But I want to know, are these characters? you guys do the 3, 2, 1 in the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade too? All right, so if I say loud, after we do 3, 2, 1, just like in the principal test, okay? Let's try it again. Make noise again. Make noise. Oh, my parents! I know, you did so well. So, these are characters. What about this? Is this a character? You're too old for this, right? What about these folks? Are they characters? No? Well, listen. These are all characters, but here's how it connects to what you already said. Just like somebody takes an idea and draws a character and animates them with traits and makes them either a hero or a villain, makes them nice or mean, makes them good or bad, makes them Batman or Superman or whatever, that person is making a decision about what they want that character to be and then giving that character its traits, and that's what you see. You have the same control over your life to make a decision about who you want to be, to make a decision about what you want to project to the world, about whether you're going to be influenced by other people or choose for yourself, about how you'll be perceived and how you express yourself, which I thought was a great way to say it. So you all have the same choices that these characters have when you're choosing a character in a video game, when you're animating somebody in a cartoon. It's all the same process. Who should this person be, and how should they act, and what do I want people to feel when they're around? We have that same power. Now, the actual definition of character, everybody was correct, but it's the moral qualities, the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual, which means how you think, how you act, especially when it comes to acting and interacting with other people. And so, your characters are some of the choices that you make every single day. And there are 3 major choices that we need to make every single day. How many choices? 3 choices that we need to make every single day that create our character. The first one is who we choose to be. Yes, take some time with that, yes. So the first question is who we choose to be. Now, choosing to be somebody is just like what this kitten is doing and seeing themselves as a tiger. If you know who you want to be a strong person, you want to be a kind person, you want to be a respected person, you want to be a funny person, whatever it is that you want to be, it's waking up every single day and saying, I have the choice to choose what kind of person I want to be. And in this context, that really means the type of person that you want to be to others, right? And the type of person that you want to be in yourself. That's why the next question, the next choice we get to make every single day is not only who we want to be, but we get to choose how we treat ourselves. Who here knows that there's a little voice always going on inside your head, right? You hear that voice? It's probably been talking while I've been talking. Tell it to shh. Okay, so that voice is always going. Even my voice is going right now, wondering what you're thinking about what's going on in your faces, reading all of you. This voice is always going. And the question is, what did that voice say? And so sometimes in my life, that voice has said bad things to me that made me feel bad. Sometimes it said good things to me. But when you think about how you treat yourself, it's what you do with that voice. It's what's going on inside your mind. It's the thoughts that you're having. Has anybody here ever had negative thoughts? And yeah, it's a challenge, right? So it's understanding that that's not a requirement of life. At least not in a persistent, regular fashion. You can change your thoughts if you think consciously about the fact that you have the ability to choose how you treat yourself. And then the other one, the last question, is you choose how you treat other people. How you treat other people. And this is important because you all have classmates, right? Everybody say hi to the person you left and right. Just say hi. How are you doing? Yeah. And so, your experience, well, okay? Thank you so much. Is it all by that was good. So, you all have an impact on people around you. And so just like those characters in the movie or the characters in the video game, you see how they interact with other people, and part of how you feel about them is how they treat other people. And that's the same thing for life. That's the same thing for all of you, is understanding that you have the power to control that. Now, why are these questions important? Can anybody tell me what this is? An old man, very simple. Great responses from everybody. So, the reason that this is important is because even at this stage, however old this gentleman is, the choices you make today will be with you for the rest of your life. The choices you make today will be with you for the rest of your life. The choices you make about how to treat yourself, who you want to be, and how to treat others, they don't end in the 4th grade. They don't end in the 5th grade. It doesn't end in the 6th grade. The thoughts that you have today, these memories that you're creating, are going to impact you and the people around you for their entire lives. For their entire lives. Now, I know that because I was not born into the best of situations. For the most part, everything was taken care of. Food, water, shelter, love, I had all that. But I also had a difficult time with my siblings. See, my sister was born 7 years before me, and then my brother was born 2 years before me, and then, obviously, I was born. And when my brother was born, my sister had been the only child for 5 years. And so all she knew was getting love from both of her parents and being the only one. And then, unfortunately, her parents broke up. So her parents got divorced, and they went off and they married other people. So her mom, my mom, married my dad and had 2 sons. Her dad married her stepmom and had 2 daughters. So my sister went from being the only person in the house with 2 parents who were both hers, who both loved her, to being a 3rd child and frankly a visitor in her mom's house, and then a 3rd child and frankly a visitor in her father's house. I'll be honest, my dad was not that nice to her. Her stepmom was not that nice to her, but they treated us great. So she went from feeling valued and feeling loved and feeling respected to feeling alone. And the thing that she saw that was the evidence of that pain and suffering, has anybody ever here felt alone, felt ignored, felt like things weren't going your way? Yeah, it happens to all of us. And what she saw was the closest manifestation of her problem. See, she wasn't blaming the parents. They're too powerful. What do you do to your parents? You can't blame them. She couldn't beat my dad up. She couldn't. I mean, she might have tried. But she didn't have that power, right? So often when we don't know what to do with our pain, and we don't have the power to change our circumstances, we take that on other people. And my sister took it out on me and on my brother. She physically abused us. She beat us up. But that wasn't the worst part. It was actually the words that she used that had the greatest impact on me for the rest of my life. See, when I was a little boy, my sister started calling me ugly every single day. She's like, you're ugly, you're too dark, nobody wants you, you shouldn't be here. She physically tried to drown my brother. She was having a very tough time, and she made sure we felt it every single day. So by the time I was in the 4th grade, I didn't feel very good about myself. In fact, I remember the 4th grade, because I went to a private school, K through 3, or P through 3, or whatever before that. And I was in the 4th grade, I was in a new school. And I showed up, and these kids were different than the kids I went to school with. They weren't as nice. And I was going from being at home and not feeling good about myself to coming into a new environment where I had absolutely no confidence whatsoever. I felt terrible all the time. And then when I got to that environment, I got teased because I was different. Because they were saying I was from the suburbs, I had a good life, you know, everything was cool. My school was in the hood, so they made fun of me, nerd, square, that kind of stuff. Right? So at home I'm being called ugly, stupid, unworthy. At school I'm being called nerd, square, somebody who people don't want to be around because I'm different from these kids. Right? And then the next year, my parents got divorced. And when my parents got divorced, I was already like unhappy. I was a sad kid. But when my parents got divorced, it was like somebody pulled my whole life away. Right? It was like somebody just took the rug right from out under me. And I love my parents, but you know, has anybody seen parents or adults get upset and they just start acting totally crazy? You're just like, what is going on? Oh my God. Yes. And so for me, I went from being in this place where everything was not perfect but okay, because I had both my parents and I had a home that felt safe, to a place where my parents were so busy fighting each other, they kind of forgot about me. I'll never forget this day. My parents were up front, and they were arguing, and they were yelling, and I was just like, stop fighting, stop fighting, stop fighting. And they wouldn't stop. They weren't trying to listen to me, because they had adult business that you fight over, right? So I was like, whatever, I'm running away. And so I got on my little bike, I ran around the corner, I was all mad. I'm running away. They're going to see him and I'm going to leave, right? Now, I don't go so far. It's a bike. I'm a kid. But I thought they would come for me. Like, that would change things, right? Like, suddenly they'd be like, oh, we got to do something. The police out here. We're trying to run away. We need to go talk to him. I sat there for like an hour, just sitting in the street, just waiting for them to come, knowing that they would. And they never did. Yeah. I'm saying. So at that point, I started thinking the one safe place that I had was torn apart, and the people that made me feel safe no longer protecting me. They were too busy fighting each other. So I felt very, very lost. And what I ended up doing was going to school with all that pain. And like I said, everybody's life is a warning or an example, right? Now, the unfortunate thing is that sometimes you have lives that are warnings that become examples. Because they're the only way that you see the world being. They're the way that you see people interacting with the world. And for me, that was my sister. I knew that she got upset and she took her pain out on me. So I thought, well, I'll take my pain out on other people. So I'm not here saying I was bullied, woe was me, how terrible. I'm saying I bullied people. I felt so bad that I went to school and started making fun of other people and trying to make them feel bad. Because I didn't feel good about myself. And that lasted for a long time. And I didn't know at the point that I didn't have coping mechanisms, that I didn't have the ability to deal with my problems. At that point, I just thought that that's what you're supposed to do. If you get people mean to you, you be mean to other people. And so what ended up happening is I went to high school and I had these challenges every single day with trying to be liked, but at the same time being me. So I didn't have a lot of friends. People knew I talked about people all the time. I kind of got ostracized. I'll never forget. There was a day where this girl named Lauren Sweeting walked up to me. I had a crush on Lauren Sweeting. She didn't like me. And Lauren walked up to me, and she walked straight into my face. And she said, Caliph, you're ugly. And I was like, whoa. But she said, not your face, your heart. And that hurt way worse. Because he helped me realize that the decisions I was making were impacting the people around me. But the decisions that I was making were impacting negatively those people, right? And so what happened to me is I turned that inward. I had all these problems. I dealt with depression. I dealt with anxiety. I dealt with addiction. I did all these things to try and heal myself. And so, but it never worked. Right? And so from this age, when I was getting abused, to this age where she said I looked happy, I was just like, I actually think I was sad. You know, and I was sad for a lot of my childhood. When I found this picture, I was like, I felt like I was sad here. And I realized how sad I had been for so many years. And then even here, as a high school student, I still called myself ugly. I still called myself fat. I still thought that I didn't have any value. This is in the middle of the time as a junior when I was making fun of other people and always being a persistent bully to other people. But let's just say I was what somebody else defined as ugly. Even if that's a true thing, and there really is no such thing, but even if it were, why does that mean I deserve not as good of a life? Why does it mean that I should be picked on, that I should be happy? I shouldn't be happy. Let's say that I was overweight. So what? Right? So these people were saying all these things to me, and I was going out and saying that to other people, and it turned into this cycle where all we did was hurt each other. They hurt me, I hurt them, they hurt me, I hurt them, but then ultimately we all ended up hurt. Even as a college student, I had been told I was fat so much that, literally, this is ridiculous, I'll point it out, but this guy right here, I had been told I was fat so much that in my mind, I thought I was fat, and I looked like this. I'm bigger than that now. But it was because the words that were said to me were so powerful. That's why I say it wasn't the beatings, it was the words. So you all have to know that the words that you use are impacting people for years and years and years to come. And the question is, how do you want to be remembered? Do you want that to be who you are? Do you want that to be how you're remembered? And I hope not, because I feel bad today for having had those experiences where I hurt other people. In fact, I'm trying to do all this good now to make up for all the bad I did, all the way up through the time that I graduated from law school. I wasn't still hurting people, but I still felt bad about myself. At the best day of my life, it was hiding some deeper pain. Starting my law degree, one of the best days of my life, it was hiding some deeper pain. So, right now, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, you all have the ability to help somebody have a great life or help somebody have a rough life, like the one that I had. So, let's go back to those questions. There's one minute. Can I go a couple minutes? 2 minutes. Okay, cool. Let's go back to those questions. Number one, choosing what you want to be is really important so that you have an idea of who you want to be, how you want to behave, and what you want to give to the world. But number two, asking yourself what kind of person you want to be every single morning is important. Number two is choosing how to treat yourself. Look, my sister said those things to me. My sister said those things to me, but I said those things to myself more than she ever said them to me. That's why all those years later, I was still suffering, I was still in pain, because I treated myself so poorly. And then lastly, the reason I was treating others poorly is for the same reason I was treating myself poorly, and I had a chance, I had a choice every single day. So I had to ask myself this question, what kind of impact I want to have on others? And that's the question I want to leave all of you with, is what kind of impact do you want to have on others? Because right now, at this time, whether it's your coworker, your classmates, your friends, brothers, sisters, whatever, you're making a tremendous impact on people. And you have to ask yourself, where do you want to be in the future, especially for the 6th graders? What kind of legacy do you want to take with you to junior high? Who do you want to be as junior high students, as high school students? And you can start getting better now. And for the rest of you, it's the same thing. It's finally understanding this thing, that when you see people treating themselves poorly, or treating other people poorly, or doing something that they're not supposed to do, realize that it really is impacting not only their ability to have a good life, but your ability to have a good life. And the most important thing I should have asked for when I was younger was help. So if you see somebody that needs help, don't be afraid to ask them what's going on, to help them find a teacher, to help them find a counselor. If you see somebody who's doing something wrong that might hurt the people, don't feel afraid to say, hey, I want you to check out on Jimmy because Jimmy's doing something that might impact other people negatively. Because we all have a responsibility to be one good, happy family and to make our best lives possible. And it lies with these decisions: how you treat yourself, how you treat others, and how you see the world. So I want to leave you guys with this point. You have the ability to be whatever you want to be in your lives, but it's simply a matter of making a decision to see yourself as the person that you want to be, a kind, good person, of being kind to yourself, to push yourself through those challenges, and of being kind to others so that you're not putting out negative energy and you're having some goodwill come back your way. So with that, I want to thank you all for your participation, for your engagement. You all were fantastic. Again, my name is Caliph, and I promise you, you can do whatever you want. You can be happy, you can be joyful, you can have a great life. Just focus on what's happening in your mind, what you speak from your mouth, and what you feel in your heart, and you'll be successful. Thank you very much.